Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Traders Brawl Podcast. Welcome back, I am Adel. Today I'm going to be interviewing Arun Mohan from Adfolks. In a second, delve into what he's building at Adfolks. But before we get to that, welcome if you're new, and if you're still if you've already subscribed, welcome back. We are a creative agency. We are here to educate and also learn from entrepreneurs in the IT, fintech, and blockchain space. So without further ado, we are going to be delving into what Arun is building. So Arun, over to you. Give a little bit of an introduction about yourself.
Amazing. So first of all, thank you for inviting me. I've seen a couple of your interviews. It's really interesting, man. It's very quick and very informal. That's why I like it, and I was excited when you called for this.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you so much.
So just to give a background, I'm more of an entrepreneur focusing more on in the enterprise space, actually enterprise SaaS, software as a service in the enterprise space. So I've been in the industry for the last 20 years working with Fortune 50 software companies,
right,
as a software leader, more of a sales and pre-sales kind of a role.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did 3 startups actually.
Oh, nice.
And 2 exits and 1 failure.
Okay.
So the failure I had is in media.
Uh-huh.
So I'm so, I get so excited that people like you get successful in the media industry. So I always want to touch base with you. It's great.
Wow. No, tell us a little bit about your. We're an open podcast. Okay. We're here to learn from you. So why do you think it failed?
First of all, know-how, right? So it's people think it's easy to learn, the other domain and get into that very easily. Right? Even though you have money, you have people, it's not easy actually. So every business is gone. There's a value chain, right? Mm-hmm. So we get into some business saying that there's a gap in that industry, and that industry is there's a lot of moving parts. Always we try to solve a big problem rather than last mile kind of a problem, right? That's what I also did. But it was an FM radio station actually. I could have started have some experience in running an agency, getting media campaigns for enterprises over here, business over here. I directly got into the media house. So it's it's not a good move actually. So not understanding the full value chain. I'm just giving an example, but for somebody it will be different. But yeah, that's where.
And what kind of marketing agency was it? Was it like more of a creative agency, or
it's a
like a website building?
No, true FM radio, the frequency. Actually,
right.
So,
I see. And when did you launch this?
So it's launched in 2015, along with my friend and a couple of investors.
Yeah. What was the monetizing model?
Ads actually.
Ads,
so
okay.
15 sec, 30 sec ads.
During the radio?
During the radio. But not coming from a media agency background, it's not easy to get into the big agencies, this thing, right? So it's not, that's a challenge because it's huge dependency on other agencies to sell for us, right? It's not,
Nice. No, I understand. The way that we work is we're sort of independent. Like we have our own equipment, we have our own people, and guests want to come to our. We have a price normally, but guests naturally say, "Look, I would love to be on the set. I've seen your work." Before we were doing for free because we had to start somewhere. And then afterwards, after you show your portfolio of work and you show the brands that partnered with you, then it's like a snowball effect in a way.
Yes.
That's from my own.
I could see that. That's why I got excited when you heard that it's about this. Yeah.
Yeah. But IT stuff, like in terms of the B2B enterprise SaaS, I'm very aware of this. I used to work for IBM.
Okay.
So IBM in London, UK.
Okay.
We would sell our systems to other clients, and so I was in the sales department. Servers are huge, everywhere. I don't know any company. If you're not using cloud, you're losing. You're completely losing. Cloud is safe. Cloud, you just need Wi-Fi, stable connection, and you are safe. You're good to go. I was working for another company called the FCA, Financial Conduct Authority. They used Microsoft, so Azure. Exactly. So Azure, I'm very aware, very good. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the IT space.
So I've been an IT guy for all these years, to be frank, right? So 1 year I moved out of my comfort space, I got screwed and come back. Oh. So the whole journey, as I mentioned, when I work with IBM, I work with Red Hat, I work with all this modern consulting space. And then the first startup is more about, in 2013, I spent, along with my friend, I thought about building an AWS, a cloud in the region, right? So AWS was not, Amazon didn't have presence in the region. So people were really mocking at us, like you said, everything is servers, we need data centers, nobody will move to cloud, no way, bandwidth, this, never thought it will change other way.
Yeah.
And I got an exit in 2015, to be honest, right? I mean, it was not a corporate exit, it was more of PE personal exit actually I got, and with that money I pulled into this radio station.
And then it failed. Oh.
Then go back to, so then I joined a big entrepreneur based out of Abu Dhabi, the leader of the, and then learned a bit more on this region, how to make it a bit more scalar consulting firm. So that's where Adfolks formed, right? And Adfolks was really focusing on Microsoft Azure, because the data center for Azure is coming in country. So a lot of public sector, private sector is very keen to host their applications in Microsoft Azure.
So Adfolks is not like creating another Azure. It's not. It's just hosting.
No, it's helping. So Adfolks, in one-liner, Adfolks specialty is about modernizing applications for enterprises to put in the cloud. So you move as it is. Since you work in IBM, right? So you have applications in your servers or AX or the x86 or whatever servers. If you take as it is and move to cloud, you'll not get that benefit. The application will be modified.
Modified and then move to the cloud.
Then move to cloud. So that is very little. I said one or two companies really focus. 4 years back. Now there's a lot of people doing it, trying and this thing. But at early 4-5 years back, it was very new in the market. So we have done, since you work in fintech, so we have modernized WPS kind of a system, wage protection system, kind of an application for banking, modernized and moved to cloud. We have helped retailers how they track the people behavior inside the malls. So we have helped the airports, for example. So there's a lot of modernization, but attached to Azure. So we are not just reselling, we are more of engineering. We help enterprises or public sector companies like in Dubai to become a software company, right? Think like a software, bringing that engineering element, not reselling. That's what this region is mostly about, reselling. Selling boxes, But I took a different approach. Took more of an engineering as a service, help these companies to build their own softwares or modernize their own softwares and make this scalable, which they could sell to other companies for the, other B2Bs, for example. So I've seen success in a lot of public sector companies selling the software to other B2B. Makes sense because they have experience in running this, and we have helped them to engineer or to fine tune it. Now, it go at scale. It's like an internet scale application, right? It can go as much as, because it runs in cloud. Microsoft or Amazon, whichever cloud.
So you are in the EAAS service. Yeah. Engineer as a service.
Sorry, engineer as a service.
No, very good. Interesting. So you found a problem that needed to be solved. You took action. And now you successfully exited by selling to Zaintech, is that correct?
Yeah. So actually, we partnered.
You partnered more like. Okay. When did you make this partnership?
For 6 months back.
Oh, 6 months back. Recent.
Yeah, recent.
Oh, recent.
So because of the scale, I mean, it's one reason when it comes to, we had 3, 4, 5 offers in this thing. Why we got excited with Zaintech? Because of the scale that Zain can give us, outside country, and we're enjoying a different. We have only focused in UAE, right? So now we focus in KSA, in Kuwait, so all those regions, which helps me to really scale our business into other parts of the GCC.
I see now. Now, how did you come across Zaintech before you partnered together?
We started talking about business, and there's a strategy element into it, right? I mean, try a couple of deals and see how this works, how the synergy. That's where all this started actually. So then, they take care of certain part, I take care of certain part.
I see now.
Both, that's why this marriage went really well.
And so you're still doing the same thing. Just you have more
but
like
different scale.
But different scale.
Different
scale.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And what sort of clients do you normally get? What kind of clients are they?
So to be honest, top 3 retail work with us, airport work with us, ports work with us. So there's some other companies. So, mostly because I told you, right, we started 4 or 5 years back when nobody was doing this modernizing for Azure. laser focus there, and we continue that doing the same thing. And Microsoft as a company is very developer focused, if you see, right? I mean, it's kind of acquisition they did. So they are doing amazing work, like likes of GitHub or OpenAI, for example, right? So it's very developer focused, and that really clicked, right? This organization have really transformed from an infrastructure company into a developer friendly company, enabling enterprises to build softwares, right? And this excites. This is an opportunity for every enterprise, every B2B to create their own new software or a service. Right, the cloud helps.
Yeah, I understand, and it's interesting. Zaintech, I haven't had the chance to do much research about, but they are also, I suppose, resource providing. They provide resources to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, we work as
pool resources together.
They got Zaintech is a consulting or an IT arm for Zain Telco. Actually, we are in the digital transformation business, and we help customers in transforming their business into more digital savvy. Right. So they were missing a part of modernizing the application part. That's why we stepped in and we helping the customers end-to-end journey. So got multiple BUs like data, for AI, for application modernization, the cloud managed services, different things. So this makes us, we got our own space in the industry today because we have the depth and breadth of technologies by making more acquisitions.
For the audience sake, who may not be so well averse in what you do, engineer as a service, could you give an example? You don't have to say the name, but one example, a client you worked with, and you helped them migrate to the cloud.
So, more than migrating to cloud is easy actually. Modernizing and migrating to cloud is the toughest part, right? So, what happens is like, I'll give you one of the logistics company in region. They're selling this logistics application to different parts of the world, right? I mean, a lot of consumers, right? They're selling. To be honest, they're working siloed. I mean, as we speak, it was a logistics application internally used. The moment we modernized it, they found opportunity that this can be sold to a lot of other logistics companies. So this, why? Because they put it as a SaaS kind of an offering. So based on, how Salesforce and everything like multi-tenant, it scales, keep on scaling, right? So an internal, let me put it, a ERP type application, modernized and moved to cloud, become a huge SaaS. That's business opportunity. That's kind of an new way of making revenue for that company, not just a logistic, right? They are like a software company today. So this is an example for modernizing, how it helps. Not everywhere, but some people modernize. Either it will help them to create a new service out of the base, or they themselves act like a software company selling to B2B.
Yeah, that's good. That's a great example to help us understand better.
Yeah.
I'm wondering as well, have you heard much about the blockchain? Have you heard much about this field, developing emerging field?
No,
not really. No. Yes. The reason I mentioned is because the blockchain is similar to what you just mentioned, the cloud being a centralized server. It's just servers. It's just a bunch of servers that keep all your data safe.
Okay.
All you need is an internet connection. Now, the difference between cloud and blockchain is that in blockchain, it's decentralized. There's not one centralized server, it's decentralized. So that means one person has access to the whole database or the whole. Like, for example, right now I use Google Drive or Azure. Microsoft own my data, technically.
Correct.
Google own my data, technically. Now, another example from blockchain is more like Filecoin. Filecoin, it's a file storage. There's no one entity that owns it. It's the fact that your password and everything is spread across so many different servers across the whole world. No one person on one laptop can access your data. You would have to get all the pieces, the encrypted pieces from all the servers in order to access it. You cannot do that.
Okay.
Only you have the keys to do that.
But maybe a layman question, but who owns this infrastructure?
The infrastructure? The fact that it's decentralized, there's no one central owner.
Okay, got it.
That's for example, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you've heard of Bitcoin, it's a digital currency.
Okay.
It was invented by a person or a group of people called Satoshi Nakamoto.
Correct.
But nobody knows who this Satoshi Nakamoto is.
Yeah.
And it was designed this way so that nobody can infiltrate, can intervene. And it's just designed to allow anyone to invest in it, use it. But every 4 years, it's deflationary. The amount of supply in the whole world will decline.
Okay.
That means the amount of supply, if according to basic economics, if anything has a deflation, has a decline in depletion, the value goes up because there's less in the world, right? Like oil reserves, there's only a finite amount. Gold, there's only a finite amount. Bitcoin, there's only a finite amount. And every 4 years, it becomes less. It's been designed this way. Nobody can change the code.
Got it. Interesting.
So in a way, in the sense that blockchain is the question I have to you is that it's becoming decentralized. People are waking up to the fact that, hey, Google own my data. Hey, Azure own my data. This is not good for me. I don't know, what if one day they want to decide to shut me down? They can. They can suspend my account.
Yeah. But
technically speaking.
Yeah.
What's your view on this?
To be honest, it's not a case actually. So there's a lot of we back and forth. We're signing some contracts on how the data be stored. So we have full visibility they're giving on how the data being stored, how secure it is. Different type of key, right? Different kind of technologies they use to encrypt the data, because even the operations team, nobody can see this data, to be honest, right? Even if you have it.
So not even Microsoft.
No, they can't. It's encryption, right? There's a lot of different technologies which they use to encrypt this data, kind of data. So it's not like going as it is.
Okay, I hope so, because you know with banks own your money. If you put money in the bank, and let's say you want to take out 1 million today. I want my 1 million. Will they say yes? They say no, because you know why? I'm lending your money. This is how I make my money. It's interest. So if you call the bank and you say, I want my 1 million now in my account now, they will say, you have to give me a few days, or you have to give me some time before I give it back to you, because it's not with me. I'm lending your money. It's just so some people are waking up and saying, I don't want this. I should have my own money. Other times, I send money to a client. Bank calls me, says, why are you sending this money? Excuse me? This is my money. I'm allowed to send money to my client. Explain the reason for the sending. Explain the reason. Explain who is this guy. Do you know him? He's my guy. It's none of your business. So people are waking up that there's so much interference from central entities and also intermediaries in the way. Bitcoin, it can be sent without any bank. I can send you right now, and you can send me right now. There's no middleman. This idea of no middleman is now being applied to trying to infiltrate cloud. So saying that Google is still a middleman, but now we're moving to blockchain, which is there's no somebody who can shut me down. Blockchain is spread.
Got it.
No one company can shut me down. This is the reason for the blockchain. It's a new concept.
Very good.
It's very new. It's still developing. It's still emerging. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's the number one yet, but it's a concept and something to think about.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Obviously, I've heard about blockchain, but I don't have first-hand experience in either investing in crypto or blockchain.
No, I know. It's still Bitcoin and those topics are very volatile. But more like the point here is not to invest in the coin, but to invest in the technology. The coin is just to support it.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just the currency to support the system, but the main is the technology behind. Now, coming back to B2B enterprise SaaS, I'm wondering, as an entrepreneur, we already talked about your failure, your successes. You're a person also. You're a human being. You have mental, you need to feed your mental being as well. You have family. You have time for yourself. I'm sure you must go to the gym and eat well. How do you manage all of this together?
To be honest, it's what do you say? It's not like I'm not perfect everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So some places I'm perfect. So a bit lazy, go to gym. So I have a personal trainer coming in.
Oh, yeah, personal trainer.
2 or 3 days, this thing. Eating, not healthy always, right? So
what do you eat?
Like everything actually. I like Chinese more, like Japanese food.
Yeah.
So then that's how it manages. It's like there's no fixed time. But the only thing I keep make sure that I wake up very early at 4:35 and I spend time to reading stuff. What's happening around the world in my space, right? So I'm just I'm trying to be because of one of failure, right? I understood that I have to be very good in one area. I need to know depth of. I have to get into one area. So rather than focusing on multiple areas, I'll just focus on one area, and that's where I'm spending my time and money.
Mm-hmm. And what about time for family? Do you have any family?
Yes, family.
Kids.
Kids.
How many?
3 kids.
3 kids. All in Dubai?
All in Dubai. Yeah.
All in Dubai. How do you get to spend time with them? Do you keep weekends with them?
Weekends with them. Yeah, spend time. Movies. Go out. Typical. Nothing special.
Yeah. No, that's important because I just know that being a founder can be a very lonely job.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very lonely. So you need lonely. That.
So finding that balance is very, very difficult.
Very difficult.
Yeah. I know. So I'm just wondering. The next thing I want to know is this generation that you lived this generation now, and the generation now, our kids and everyone. Do you think there's a disconnect between your generation and my generation? Do you think there's a disconnect?
I think in one line, if you ask me, we are more doers actually. So because in our age, we have been taught to do stuff actually. What they're doing, make somebody do stuff actually, right? This is too different. So they live in PPT world. We code. Okay, so we ask them to do execute stuff, right? So that's if you ask me, that's a difference. Like, they don't want to do anything.
They don't want to do anything.
Hands-on. It's all PPTs and talking and this thing.
And GPT. Chat GPT.
Yeah, that's one of the. But still, even before, right, curriculum, they're more into applications actually. How to apply this, right? Rather than we are trying to re-engineer or engineer it actually. So thinking very depth, not required. Right. They need only the top layer and they sell this, to Apple.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Do you think this disconnect is going to be a problem for making money for them?
No, not really. I mean, the whole the community have really accepted it. So that so today it's not just Google data you're getting, right? You see kind of the trained data you're getting in your fingertips in OpenAI, ChatGPT kind of tools, right? So you really don't have to do that hard job of find how to do C++ programming or HTML programming. Not required. So in my this thing, we have to learn.
You had no choice.
There's no choice. If you are an engineer, you have to code. Actually, in future engineer, we really don't know. Maybe they don't have to code. They only tell logic and some automation tool automatically generates the code. I mean, it's there like Copilot, GitHub Copilot as part of it. But this is where it's going. So from their perspective, it's good. They run PPTs and they excite the business actually, and rather than really doing the hands-on stuff.
And speaking, since you mentioned AI tools, are you using at the moment any AI tools to help with their engineering as a service?
Yeah, we are using. So we are helping to scale. I mean, automating the RFP responses, actually the big RFP responses, because we have a template and we have prompt engineering for our work. Then bit on some customers, they like. When you have challenging situations, so how to handle those situations. To be honest, be very open. We use ChatGPT to ask getting some scenarios. How this work, how this what this case, right? So that's just like there's a lot of cute trained data available for you. So why don't we use it? Actually, nobody's stopping it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm against using the content and things like that. But more to know how to get a feel of what's the other perspective. Because today mostly we are seeing only one perspective. It's better use this to get multiple perspective and apply it in different parts where job involves, right?
Agreed. But do you see AI potentially solving the problem that you fix, that you address?
Not today. In future, yes.
In future, yes. So yes. They could replace what you're doing.
Yeah. Today we even if forget about the kind of work we are doing, but like creating a poster or creating this thing. People think, yeah, Adel is doing this, but still it need a tester or somebody to check if this is fine. You not sure you get 100% right output, right? So that's where there's a long way to go. But yeah, I mean, moving forward. So you, at the time, the job role will change. There'll be something else.
And this is where I have concerns for this generation, because when AI does become very, very applied everywhere, automations everywhere. What job can we do? What job? What jobs? What purposes can humans fulfill?
Perfect, yeah.
And that's something I could. For me, I'm okay. I have something. You're okay also. You have. But our kids, what will they have?
Correct.
What skills should they learn at school?
Yeah, at school.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think they are on the right path. That's why I mentioned, right? So they're not really focusing on how to code, or how to get things. Rather, they are focusing on how to sell this code to somebody. That's good actually.
Yeah,
so because they want to make, because like the future startups will be 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and there's a lot of specialized people like you doing a niche, a boutique kind of a stuff. And we will lend them, and they will apply it in their product or a service actually, rather than giving 100% to an agency to work. You're specialized in creating content. Okay, yalla, create the content and give it to me, and then I apply in my business or service. I feel that's. I mean, I'm talking from a services industry perspective. I mean, that's an opportunity, right? That's how it works.
Wow, very good chat. I think we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
And I think just one last question I want to ask. When it comes to what drives you in the morning every day to get up out of bed to go to work? I mean, I'm sure there must be some days where you're like, I'm tired, or I'm exhausted, or I don't feel motivated. What gets you going?
To be honest, I'm not saying I'm passionate about technology.
Yeah.
No. I didn't see look, technology is different. So I see it's because of technology and passion I'm doing this. No, I'm doing this for my living, right? I'm
to keep the lights on.
Lights on, that's it. So for me, to keep my lights on, I have to do this. There's no other option. But if I had an option, and I tried doing something outside my comfort, I got screwed and came back. So I really don't want to go there. So I'm playing my own spaces.
You got your heart broken. But if you could do your passion, what would it be? If you could do anything in the world, not money dependent, what would it be?
Same thing what I'm doing today. So I'm doing this with passion, but I'm saying that I'm not too much passionate about technology. Because of technology of passion, I'm doing this business now. I like to do business actually, and I am not capable of doing business outside my comfort zone. So I'm staying in my comfort zone, doing what I know. Okay.
So you're doing this both for passion and for making money,
for making money, right? It's not. It's not be interpreted like I'm passionate about technology because that's why I'm doing this business. It's not wrong. It's wrong actually. Yes, I love. I mean, everybody loves technology, right? But that's not. That's. I feel that we're all doing to make sure that tomorrow what's going to happen. I have to be safe. My family is going to be safe. Right? So we're all doing this.
I have another tough question for you. What do you think you would be doing if Adfolks didn't work out?
I'll be working with more entrepreneurs, right? So even though I'm paid 1/4 of what I'm supposed to get working in an enterprise or big software companies, I'll still work with entrepreneurs, want to know why it failed. I mean, a lot of learning experience. So I always push people, right? Come out of your comfort zone, or if you feel that you want to start something and you have entrepreneur mind, please work with entrepreneur, right? And don't look for huge salary. Start small and
small.
Because this is like rewiring yourself or rethink the way you've been operated for all these years in a corporate structure is totally different from what it is. So you learn a lot, then you will see that you can survive there. Yes, then you can do that. I mean, just giving you this is kind of advice I give to most. A lot of people come, I have 10 years experience in this. Now I have entrepreneur mind. But, before jumping, you have to move out of your comfort zone. See, this is how this works. Just try to connect with more founders and see if you
Learn
can
from them.
Learn from them. Try to work for them actually as a free, maybe free. Even free of cost, work with them because the thought you're getting, creating deck for somebody who don't know, how to create a deck, for example, but very entrepreneurial in nature. So, or help them to run a marketing campaign, or help them. So you learn from them actually. It's a lot of experience they share actually.
That's true.
Because when coming to the startup, they're very open than outside, right? So
that's true. Did you ever have a co-founder?
I had co-founder actually. Two times I had a co-founder. It's called good. This Adfolks is not, because it's very quick. I decided to move on and it was going in the right way, so it didn't feel.
You didn't need one.
No.
Right, but you had co-founders before.
Yeah.
And do you have any stories where it didn't work out, the co-founder relationship? Because it's very common. In business.
It's very, very common actually.
It's very common.
It's like marriage,
It's like marriage.
Yeah. So
it's like a divorce.
Had situation, but we have to, at that situation we have to decide. It's not working out, and both have to take a mature decision and spin off, or somebody have to take ownership of it.
Yes, somebody has to take ownership. This is the biggest conundrum.
Yeah. So in both scenarios, I'm happy or glad that my co-founder took a very wise decision and moved on. So that's why we are successful.
But you split the equity, or how did you paid him or something?
No, one person will take the ownership of the whole business and say that and the other person have patience to wait actually until this is going somewhere. So yes, that's important.
No, reason I asked is I've had this as well, and
is it?
Yeah, I've had this. It didn't work out, and actually the person was just not thinking the same level as me. Like, you thought in the beginning, there's a lot of hype. Like, let's build this. High five. Let's do this. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go there. We'll do so many things together. It's going to be amazing. But when it comes to the actual work, man, it wasn't a match.
Oh, really? Okay.
The match wasn't there because he wasn't pulling his weight. Yeah, he wasn't able to also give what I was expecting to make it fair that we both have. When you find a co-founder, you need to have a different skill set.
As I want to tell you, I'll start with that actually. So a marketer with a technology guy, good.
Oh, very.
A finance guy with a technology guy is good. Or marketer with finance guy and outsource technology somebody works. If you have two same skill set, trying to think, never works.
Works.
It's not that never work, but it's very difficult. Because the value add, right? We have two perspective coming in, and you don't know this is better, that's better. Always you have that thing, right?
Yeah.
But you're from different domain, actually good. So I always love to get a finance guy as my co-founder, because still I'm not mature in that area, the operational excellence, right? It's not that.
No, well said. Arun, thank you so much for your time.
So much.
I really learned a lot from you today, and
same here.
I really love your energy. You have great knowledge in this space, the SaaS space. So I want to say for the audience, before we finish, what's the best way if the people want to contact you or get in touch with Adfolks? What's the best way they can get to know you?
Search Arun Mohan in Adfolks in LinkedIn, and you put the bio, right?
I'll put everything. I already put it in my Telegram.
Yes.
And the Adfolks website, what is it?
Adfolks.com.
Adfolks.com. Yeah. Got it. So guys and girls, everybody, do check out his profile. I will leave all the links in the description, and check out Adfolks, his website. I hope you get a lot of knowledge from this podcast, and also visit his profile. He's got a good following on LinkedIn. But without further ado, we'd like to close this off and say thank you for watching. Thank you guys on the live account. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.
Thank you.